What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. We are back finally for the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 13 reunion part 3. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I don't know why they didn't just make this 2 parts, because this part they spent the first 20 minutes talking about Kenya and Bolo and why Kenya made such a big deal about who slept with Bolo and who didn't sleep with Bolo, and why Portia can't just admit it if it happened. Of course, now that Marlo and Portia ain't cool, Marlo was throwing her 2 cents in and making a big deal about it. And then they was trying to bring Candy and put Candy in the middle, and Candy was like, listen, y'all gonna not, I don't know why y'all keep trying to put me in the middle. And Marlo was like, ain't nobody putting you in the middle. Candy said, you absolutely are. Because every time y'all bring it up, Candy know, Candy know, Candy told me, Candy. Listen, at the end of the day, I think we are clear that Portia probably slept with that man. I've said it when it happened. I didn't care then. I don't care now. Portia just kept saying, I'm grown, I'm single, what's the big deal? Kenya was like, well, then why don't you just admit it? And Andy even brought up a good point. Andy said, listen, what if it's just, she just don't want to admit it because she don't want her mother to know, or she may not want the fans to know. Like, what's the big deal if she's lying about her sexual escapades? It ain't hurting nobody. Now, Kenya's thing is, I don't care about her lying, but she called me a liar. Well, she would have to call you a liar. Listen, everybody can't be telling the truth. If I'm going to lie about a situation that happened, for whatever my reasons are, and you are insisting that that situation happened, I got to call you a liar if I'm going to hold on to my lie. Y'all see what I'm saying? And so, sometimes people lie for the right reasons. I don't see what the big deal about that lie was. If Portia is lying, which I think she is, if Portia is lying, who cares? And who is it hurting? It ain't like he slept. It's not like Portia slept with somebody man on the cast. It's not like Portia slept with somebody husband, cousin, brother, sister, friend. Like, Portia slept with the scripper down to the bachelorette party, excuse me. Who cares? Then they brought up the fact of, then Andy said, well, would you be going this hard if it were Candy or somebody else that you was cool with? And Kenya admitted, no, she wouldn't. So really this boils down to the fact that you just don't like Portia. And so you trying to make it a big deal or trying to make it worse than what it is because you just don't like Portia. So then they got to talking about whether they were on duty or off duty, whether the scene had wrapped, whether they knew they were filming a reality show, so should they have felt like they were protected, the fact that, they thought it was a wrap. Now listen, if it was a wrap, it was a wrap. If the scene was a wrap, then the scene was a wrap. They went through, I said this before and I'm not going to dwell on this, they went through a whole lot of trouble to make sure that they covered the cameras, they moved the cameras. So listen, the fact that the next morning everybody was talking about it, because they brought that up too. When everybody was talking about it, what's the big deal? Because Kenya, they said what they had to say and then they let it go. You kept going. And so they really spent 20 minutes on that. I will not. Tanya didn't want to be a part of the group no more. Tanya said, I'm out. Of course, Portia said, I'm still cool with Tanya. I'm still friends with Tanya. And so, she just no longer wanted to be a part of the group. And that it was what it was. Andy tried to throw some innuendos out there. But it sounds like Portia might be the only person Tanya's still talking to. That's what it sounds like. Because nobody else spoke up to say, yeah, I talked to Tanya. She's good. At least I didn't catch it. They might have, but I didn't catch it. Somehow they got all the way back around to the dungeon theme going back 4 years. No, well, yes, but no. We know that the whole dungeon thing came out of Portia accusing Candy of the dungeon situation in the sex room, and then Candy turned that into a money situation, and then they had the whole dungeon theme for the bachelorette party, but that really came out of the dungeon party. But it did indirectly come out of, well, I mean, it directly came out of that situation. Either way, somehow this whole thing got turned around where they were like, all of this is because of Portia. The whole dungeon theme, the whole dungeon bachelorette party is because of Portia, Lionel, Candy 4 years ago. Listen. If Candy like it, I love it. If she's moved on, I'm good. Candy says she gonna always feel some kind of way about the situation with her and Portia, but she just wants to move on. Cool. Then we got on this whole prophet situation with Drew. Drew, I'm sick of you. I'm over you. I'm over this whole prophet situation. You want to pray. Now you've been up there talking trash and throwing shade and all this other stuff. Now all of a sudden now you want to pray. Then she started talking about how what's his name? Dietrich Hadrick. You know what I'm talking about, the gospel star. His mom was supposed to be there, and she pulled out, and some other prophets, they pulled out of the blessing ceremony because they have discernment. And now all of a sudden, this prophet that you was cool with, and you was talking about how y'all been friends for so long, and you were so close to his family, although you didn't know that him and his baby mama wasn't together no more, and they wasn't engaged no more, but y'all was so close. Now all of a sudden you throwing shade at him, talking about, well, you can go online and you can Google him and you can see, that there are false prophets. There are such thing as a false prophet. Also, now he a false prophet. You was cool with him and he was your friend, but now he a false prophet. Toya said, ain't nothing going down between them. Won't nothing ever going down between them. It was all that he was a spiritual friend and that it is what it is. And like I said, that whole situation just was making me sick. Drew, you was irritating my soul with that whole situation. Because now you standing on this like holier than thou. And well, when it comes to my family and it was affecting my family and my daughter's blessing, yes, I'm going to say something. I'm absolutely going to say something because this was affecting my family. Girl. Excuse me. Anyway, moving on. At the end, her and Toya said that she would like to have a relationship, a friendship, and try to build a friendship with Drew. Drew, they talked about the gift. Drew apologized for the gift. She said it didn't go over well. She thought that it would go one way and it didn't go over well. And basically, Cynthia said what I said. Listen, it's okay to have a gag gift. It's all well and good, but girl, you better still have a real gift, especially when y'all playing for those stakes. Like, we ain't talking about a $20 gift. We talking about $1,000 gift budget. That means that everybody there bought a gift that cost, well, they weren't supposed to go over $1,000, but it looked like most of them did. But neither here nor there. You knew you was bringing a gag gift, girl. You should have bought a real gift. But she did apologize. She said that it didn't go the way she thought it would go, and she did apologize. And at that point, it really wasn't a whole lot more they could do with that. Then we had this whole segment about Kenya and Portia's relationship and how did we get here. The fact that they went all the way back to the first season when Portia said the woman was Miss America instead of Miss USA. They started all the way back there and they brought it all the way forward. And what it sounds like is that somewhere after Kenya had the baby, Portia started questioning the friendship. And she basically kept Kenya at arm's distance. She said, I wasn't rude to Kenya. I wasn't trying to not be be around Kenya. I just kept her at arm's length. Now, Kenya said she was very passive aggressive. Listen, it's clear that y'all ain't friends now. That's it, that's all. Y'all ain't friends now. It's pretty clear. So anyway, y'all, that is season 13. It is a wrap. I will say this. I know that this season has gotten a lot of flack, but I feel like the biggest thing is they were filming during COVID. There were times when they had to stop filming. They didn't film as a whole group many times. I think it was a long time before they ever filmed as a whole group. And so this was an unusual season. I'm hoping, I don't know, normally contracts and stuff, we're going to start hearing all of that now that the season is over. We will see who's who and what's what. I know a lot of people have been saying we just need a whole shakeup. We just need a whole new cast. We need a whole new. So we will see what it's gonna be. I don't know what to tell y'all, but I will see y'all for season 14, I guess. Peace.